Let me try that again. This is Lisa Maynard. It's Kit Crush Wednesday. For some reason, my mic was muted. It's not muted anymore, so we should be good to go. I appreciate you all joining in with me this evening. It is Kit Crush Wednesday. We have another kit. I've been gone for a while, getting ready for my daughter's wedding, which was in August. So we're done with that. Thank goodness. It was super fun, but I'm glad we're done. So with that, I see a couple people have joined in, and so we are going to explore a new kit tonight, the Brighten Your Day kit, non-stamping, super fun, beautiful cards. So let's just go ahead and flip this camera around and let me show you these cards. They are absolutely gorgeous, and this paper is almost like the linen-y paper that if you had purchased any of the thank you cards and stuff from before, it's like that. It's just very soft, and it's awesome. So here is the purple one. Hope this brightens your day. And we have a die cut. There's no stamping on this, but then our sentiment and a matching envelope. Absolutely gorgeous. If you can see that, it's stunning. The camera doesn't pick it up. The next one we have is just a note we've got some pretty birds on this, and again a matching card. The paper, again, super nice paper, and the sentiment and our little piece of ribbon there, or not ribbon, twine. And then the last one, you make the world a better place, with ferns and almost a vanilla-y type of color. I wish you could see this better. The camera isn't picking it up. They're just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside. Brighten Your Day kit, non-stamping, super fun to make. So I'm going to go ahead and set those aside. We're going to bring in the kit like we usually do, go through it, and show you what's in here. Now, as always, we have our instructions, super important to use, but you can do what you want, obviously. With this kit, we have our Stampin' Dimensionals, those little foam things that make everything pop up and give it lots of nice dimension. Our little glue dots that we'll need, and then the vanilla twine, baker's twine, that I've already cut up into pieces. So I don't think we're going to need any of these, but I'm going to go ahead and place these over here just in case. Now, what else is in here? We have our sentiments, and as always, right here in English and then in different languages. Then we have our layering pieces. We have the birds, and this tissue paper keeps them all nice and pristine between the layers. And there's our flower and our fern. Now, one little tip: when you are punching these out, these intricate little die cut pieces, be very careful because they can tear very easily. So be absolutely careful and take your time when you're punching them out. Then we have our card layers and our envelopes. So let's go ahead and put all that back in here, set this aside, and we're just going to get started with putting these cards together. So let's go ahead and bring in our first card. This is the purple one. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we are going to go ahead and put that aside. We're going to go ahead and fold our card in half. We'll burnish it just like we normally do. I've got to find my phone folder. Make sure it's nice and flat. Now, as always, I've went ahead and prepped these pieces. So on the back of this, if you can see, let me bring it up. I've already put the mini glue dots on where they need to go so that we don't have to waste a bunch of time you watching me put the glue dots on, take the backing off, all of those things. So I'm going to go ahead and take the backing off of these as quickly as I can. And I'm just going to be throwing those backings wherever they go. And then we're going to get this piece placed on our card so that we can move on to putting that sentiment and that cute little bow on there. Okay, there we go. I think I've got all the backings off. It's hard to, yep, we do. Let's get those out of the way. Now we're going to place this on the card, and as you can see, it's a fairly big layering piece. So I'm going to make sure that I have it, and I'm gonna, how am I gonna do this? It's pretty big. It's going to pop up there a little bit, and right there, just like so. And then we're gonna go ahead and adhere that down. So it almost does come off the edge there, just a tad. This piece may be a little bigger than the other one. So there we go. Now on the back, I've put the Stampin' Dimensionals already on there. But as you can see, we have a cute little bow on this card. Actually, it's a figure 8. So I'm going to bring in a piece of my twine, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this without having to take the backings off, mess around, do all those things. So I'm just going to make the figure 8 in my hand, and then we're going to attach it to the card base. And so that's probably not the right size that I want. So I want a little bit more of the tail out here. So I'm going to pull this up and pull that down. And that looks pretty good to me for the bow. And then it is going to go on our, and let's make these maybe a little bit bigger here. There. And now it is going to, let's make sure, it is going to go on our Stampin' Dimensionals, like so. And it might not be as long as the other ones, but it's going to be fine. So as you can see, I'm just placing this on here. Let's bring this down a little bit. I'm placing this on here so that it is attached or sticking on at least one or two of those Stampin' Dimensionals. So then when we turn it over, we have that cute little bow, and then we can attach it to our card, and we're going to put it right about there. Now that serves two purposes. It holds our bow in place, super cute, and it pops our sentiment up. Absolutely gorgeous. Super fun, easy to make. Let's get on to the next one. This bird is adorable. Birds, I should say. Absolutely stunning. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold this over like so. And again, burnish it. This is going to be a landscape type card. So we're going to make sure this goes this way. And again, I've already prepared this. So as you can see, I've got the mini glue dots on there, and we're going to go ahead and just flip those off, the backings off. There's quite a few of them on here, and you do need to put quite a few on to make sure that it stays adhered. If you're not a fan of mini glue dots, if you have the liquid glue, you could certainly do that. But as you know, these kits are all inclusive, so you don't need extra supplies if you don't want to have any. Let's see. Oh, I think I missed one right there. Or, yeah, there we go. Let's get that off. Okay, now this is going to slant just a little bit like so. We're going to put this basically in the middle of our card, and we want that sitting about like such. And then we're just gonna, you know, give it a nice little press wherever those glue dots are. And there we have that. And again, we have our dimensionals on the back, and we're going to take that little piece of vanilla baker's thread, twine, whatever you want to say. And we're just going to make that figure 8 in our hand again. I just find it easier to do it that way, because then we can get it about the size that we want without fiddling with it when we put it down. So let's make sure that's the right way that we want it to go. We're going to take these off, backings off of these, get that out of the way. And then we're going to go ahead and come back here. It's going away from me. We're going to go ahead and lay these down like such. Now, your directions are going to show you a little bit different ways to do these, and you can do it however you want. You just need a little bit of that adhered so that when you flip it over, it's gonna stay put because you're gonna place it down. So let's put this right about there. Just a little note, and there we go. We put that on. Super cute. Sorry, not out of the frame. That just adds just a little bit of texture, and super cute. Loving that card. The final one. This is probably my favorite one. It's got the fern on it. So we're going to go ahead and fold this over, and let's use this where we've got the darker down here near the edge. So we're going to go ahead and furnish that up a little bit. So last week we did the pop-up pals, and that was a non-stamping kit. And this week we have this one, and this is a non-stamping kit also. So I'm thinking, friends, there we go. Had it the wrong way. So a little tip. I'm not sure if you can see this, but this side has a little bit of a brown tinge to it, and the front side does not. It's completely right. So when you are placing your glue dots on, even when you're following the directions, there is a difference between the front and the back. I don't know if you can see, but you can see that in person. And I was questioning myself there for a moment because I thought that I had put the glue dots on, but I had the front facing towards me instead of facing down on my glass mat. So that caused me a little bit of confusion for a moment, but we've got that all figured out now. And now I'm just taking the backing off of this so that we can adhere this fern piece, and it's very delicate. So like I said, when you are punching these out or taking these out of your kit, when you're removing them from their piece of paper that's holding them, be very, very careful because they are very intricate. Now I'm going to turn this way, and the reason I'm doing that is because this does line up with the top of this card and almost the side of it, just like so. So it does line up, friends, and it looks gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. If you can see that, it's just gorgeous. It's stunning. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Now, again, last piece, we're going to take the backing off of this. Should probably have done that before I put the twine in my hand. Okay, we're going to do that again. I don't know if I'm in camera. Hopefully I'm in camera. Sometimes I don't know if I'm in camera or if I'm out of camera. So that just makes sense to me to do it like that. Again, you can do it however you want. There's no right or wrong reason. It's your card. It's your project. You can do whatever you like. And so we are going to put that there, and this looks like it would be good right about here. We're going to put that down here, and you make the world a better place. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous. Love these cards. Very easy to make. It just takes a little time and very intricate, delicate die cuts. So let's bring all these back in, and there we go. Just a little note. Hope you brighten your day. Again, paper gorgeous, and the matching envelopes, which are stunning in and of themselves. Look at the backs of these. Absolutely gorgeous. Wonderful, wonderful envelopes. Oh gosh, these are awesome. So thank you so much for watching me tonight. I really appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around now, and we're going to finish up for the night. And there we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Thanks so much, friends, for tuning in for another Kit Crush Wednesday. I promise I'm back. I don't think I'll be going anywhere for a while. We don't have any more activities or weddings or anything like that on the horizon. So I am back. I did have to take a little sabbatical there for a while and help out. But so thank you very much for tuning in this week. I truly appreciate all of you, and give me a thumbs up. Watch me on YouTube, share with your friends, and we'll be back next week with another Kit Crush Wednesday. Night.